So we're talking about wisdom. As the practice unfolds, from investigation comes wisdom. And this is the point of the practice. So through investigation, by seeing and feeling and knowing and being with things as they are, we learn about the nature of reality, that everything is changing, unsatisfactory, and that there is nothing inherently separate, that everything is interconnected, and that everything is subject to the law of cause and effect. Wisdom is not merely an intellectual knowledge or understanding. It's gained through experiential understanding. That is, from the bottom up, or including the bottom, including these bodies. The body's felt understanding, as opposed to just our intellectual understanding, which is what we tend to rely on in our everyday world. So let's just take a moment and locate wisdom in the Eightfold Path. Wisdom is one of the three aspects of mindfulness meditation practice. There's sila, right? The skillful conduct rooted in non-harm and goodwill. There's samadhi, the meditative arm of the practice, the actual sitting down and meditating. And then the third is panya. That's the Pali word for wisdom, panya. And it's the fruit, the food, the nourishment, and the outgrowth of our goodwill and harmlessness. Sila, samadhi, and panya. Wisdom, this is not Western logic, right? Not Western logic. But together, sila, samadhi, and panya support each other to develop the practice of mindfulness. And slowly, we begin to glean some insights into how to be more skillful with whatever's going on. So as we practice being mindful, we hopefully, if we learn how to look, which is what the practice teaches, can see or assess for ourselves how, when we don't cause unnecessary harm, that it brings about in its wake the patina of ease. Nothing fancy here, folks. I'm just staying out of trouble. And I'm feeling more at ease in my skin. We're not anxious, we're not upset, we're not gripping, we're not resisting, not doing any of that. This is how we come to trust the reliability of the map. We see and feel the results. And slowly, as we get our footing, as we get our sea legs, we gain more ability and more confidence. That's confidence is also, in Buddhist terms, it means faith. We gain more faith, our ability to look at the signs, to look for signs, to read the signs, to use the signs to steer the course toward ease of well-being. So these two factors of right view and right intention contribute to the development of wisdom, as Bill said yesterday. Now, these two factors hold a unique position in the Eightfold Path, in that they are both the starting point and the fruit or the result of the practice. Think about that. They're the starting point and they're the fruit. Might you suggest that there's a feedback loop going on here? We need these two to keep us on track, headed very deliberately in the direction of freedom from our everyday suffering. Or you could say, to keep us on a track that leads us in the direction of less suffering and more ease of well-being. That's what right intention and what right view do. And how do right intention and right view work? Well, through investigation and discernment. By exploring and examining and investigating the present moment, we begin to see what brings about suffering and what brings about ease. We can look, we can see that, we can feel that. We know. Then we can put that understanding into practice, into our everyday life, of how we're relating and being and observing as we observe the results. Right? Don't worry. You'll experience the results directly. You'll know when you're causing harm. You'll start to feel it. And that's the point. We really want to learn that lasting lesson of what are those things and what are the ways in which I relate that lead to suffering, and what are those ways that lead toward ease of well-being, toward non-harm. Yeah, we want to know those very clearly. So the Eightfold Path factors that develop wisdom, right? Right view and right intention. Let's just look at them a little bit more closely. You could say that right view is the overall orientation of where I'm going. What map am I reading? Oh, it's this map. Oh, it's the map of the Buddha's teachings. Oh, that's showing me also all of these, that there are a lot of paths that lead out of suffering, out of the suffering that I myself encounter every day. This is the territory that the practice is covering. This is the map. This is the view. Am I headed in the direction of saying something unkind? Can I feel that? Can I see that? Am I about to kill an insect without thinking? Can I see that? Can I feel that? Am I causing more bodily harm by how I'm holding myself rigidly in a posture? Can I feel that? Can I see that? Feel for suffering, feel for ease. That gives you some very clear directions about where to go, right? Very clear. So right view is checked just by clarifying what's the aim. What's the aim for the next sit? What's the aim for the next conversation you're about to have? Adjust it towards less suffering and more balance, more stability, more ease of well-being. Because in mindfulness, the right view, the wise view, the skillful view gently but firmly holds in mind the overall direction of less suffering and more ease of well-being. Okay, so we've got the map in our hand. Let's pause here and let's pull off to the side of the road and let's take a look at our map a little bit more closely to see let me see where I am, let me see where I'm going, let me get my bearings and clarify my direction. Oh, right. Oh, okay, this is where I am. Oh, I want to move in this direction toward less suffering. Okay, all right. All right, now let me put the map down. Let me get the car in gear. Let me begin to move. And with wise intention, let me begin to steer and keep steering now, orienting in this general direction. This is what intention does. Intention steers in that moment-to-moment way to make sure we're staying on the road. We're heading in the direction we want to go in, right? And this is what we would do if we were to get in the car and go visit a friend. We'd get into the car and we'd steer in in that general direction of their house, and eventually we'd arrive there. And there'd be a certain also sense of ease or relief when we arrived there, like, got there safely. Oh, and my friend is at the door. We're both here. Isn't that good news? It's a good day so far. It's a nice visit so far. Okay, let's go in and have a cup of tea. Right? Wise intention, skillful intention got me there. But I had to keep that view in mind. Oh, I want to go to my friend's house. That's how they work together. So this is a skill to begin to see how they are working in tandem. And you begin to notice over time, what you begin to notice is, has Susan taken over? Is she unconsciously, has she inadvertently, is she throwing another log onto the fire, causing herself or somebody else more harm or trouble? Has Susan slipped into the driver's seat, along with irritation, having missed her turn? Can that be noticed? Can we see that Susan slipped into the driver's seat and take a breath and, hold on, let me shift into that mindful view, that non-judgmental view that says, let's get on the road again. Has mindfulness now aware of having missed that detour sign? Is it able to pull over and stop, take out the map and take a breath? Feel the ground of the present moment, and with care and attention, begin to get back on the road and steer in the direction of ease and of well-being. So this is what we're going to begin to practice with, is begin to practice with keeping ourselves on the road, beginning to notice the signs. It's very important that we begin to learn the signs, learn to look for the signs of when is suffering going on? Can I feel that in my body? When is ease of well-being going on? Can I feel that in my body? How might I relate to each of them well in order to smooth it out?